How to become an effective communicator. Communication. Everyone communicates, whether it be through speaking, writing, texting, singing, or even body language. Throughout all the different types of communication, it's important to put into practice the many methods of clarifying what you mean to make your communication clear and concise.
And the reason this is important to do is if someone doesn't understand what you mean, it can twist the situation into an uncomfortable mess. And today we'll discuss ways to avoid making a fool of yourself and your peers and how to become an effective communicator. Step 1.
Listen. Communication goes two ways, the person sending a message and the person receiving the message. In order to be a good communicator, you also need to be a good listener. This may sound pretty basic, but this is an essential skill that people often forget to put into practice. We don't always like to listen, and we can often get distracted by our thoughts and many external factors.
It's also easy to miss things, especially when tensions build up. If someone's making you irritated, you could fail to notice why they're bringing this problem to you in the first place. You could also get angry at someone for something that you think was intentional, but in truth wasn't intentional at all. Never attribute to malice what can easily be attributed to a simple mistake. Step 2.
Clarify. It's important to say what you mean, and in order to do that, it's important to match your tone, inflection, and your body language with one another, and sometimes this can be difficult to do. But adding more descriptive language into your speech can help you adjust your words to fit the conversation you want to have.
And the way you feel about what you're talking about will influence the way you talk about it. If you're excited about something, your pitch might raise and your speech might speed up. But if you're bored with what you're talking about, your pitch might lower and your speech might slow down. Thinking about whether it's appropriate to communicate like this before you continue to do so is a good practice.
Additionally, don't assume people will understand what you mean if you don't explicitly say exactly what you're trying to get across. We all failed Mind Reading 101, and most of us will need help to understand that special speech pattern you've developed with your close friends and family. Do you like something? Say you liked it. Do you dislike something? Say you disliked it. It's important to clarify your thoughts, especially if you happen to be lacking in practice with body language.
Step 3.
Reflect. The best advice that we can give you is to ask others for feedback after a conversation or communicating with them in some other way. This is one of the best ways that you can learn how to best communicate with your friends and peers, because everyone is different. In a room of 100 people, they can have thousands of different small preferences within communication. Some people like sharing a fist bump throughout a conversation. Others prefer purely electronic communication like emails or texts. With all of these differences, it can be difficult to judge what to do the first time. But the good news is that you can learn from your mistakes.
And mistakes are what makes us human. And pushing past them in order to form better relationships with others around us is an important part of communicating with others and the wide world around us. Most people will understand when you make a mistake, but you must also recognize that you made one and learn from the experience. In order to best recognize when you make a mistake communicating with someone, you should, surprise, ask them. And that's right, the key to better communication is continued practice of communication in the pursuit of bettering yourself. Fun how that works, huh?
Once you recognized a mistake, take some time to think about it. Why did you make that mistake? Did it have a big impact on your communication partner? Did it have a big impact on you? Do you make that mistake often? What steps can you take to correct that error in the future? These are some questions that you should ask yourself to internalize the lesson that you are trying to teach yourself. If you can think critically about your mistakes and why you made them, you can work towards bettering your communication skills essentially. This is something we all have to work on.
Yeah. And reflection can help you learn more about yourself and more about the people you communicate with. doing this equips you with the power to make informed decisions when communicating in the future.
In order to be an effective communicator, remember to listen, clarify, and reflect. If you can perform these 3 steps, we have full faith in your ability to become an effective communicator in any situation. With it be with your friends, family, peers, during job interviews, or just anything out in this big world we live in. Happy communicating out there.